Hey beer tubers, this is Ryan back with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me today. Seems like I've been doing a ton of IPAs lately, so I wanted to break things up. Do a beer that I've yet to try, and that is Guinness Foreign Extra Stout. Now there's a bunch of different versions of Guinness. The versions you get in Ireland are unpasteurized versions of Guinness. Unfortunately, over here in the States, we only get the pasteurized version, and that tends to really kind of water it down. Doesn't make it as creamy as you can get it if you're in Ireland or the UK or maybe other parts of Europe. But this particular version just finally showed up in the US tail end of 2010, and it's a 7.5% version of Guinness. So it's the biggest ABV, because the regular version is around 4.5, somewhere in that range. This one's 7.5, and it's hopped up more than the other version of Guinness. So Guinness is normally a dry, Irish dry stout. I don't know if this is still considered to be in that category or not, but I've heard some good things about it, so I'm going to give it a try. Wow, great pour on that beer, using my Fuller's Night glass. Oh, about almost 3 fingers of head. Very light brown, kind of khaki colored head on there. Lots of small bubbles. As far as the color goes, I mean, that's pretty black. I really can't see through it at all. So let's get the nose on it. Big time roast characteristics. It's been actually a long time since I've had Guinness. So I forget kind of how it compares, but big time roasted notes, a little bit of chocolate. And you get maybe like a little bit of like a spice hop characteristic, maybe earthiness. I don't know, there's little hops that are coming through on the aroma as well, but it's mostly just big dark malts, roasted malts, a little chocolate. So it smells pretty good. Reminds me actually a tad bit, just a tad bit, of the Fuller's London Porter. But I'm going to dig in. Cheers. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, definitely a lot more hops on the back end of the palate. Very drying beer. I mean, Guinness I remember being fairly dry. This is almost even more dry with the alcohol and the hop character on the back end. Mouthfeel kind of puts this about medium bodied. It's not the most robust beer. It still has some of that creaminess that you get with Guinness. Maybe not so much with the US version or the export version that's pasteurized, but it's creaminess up front, kind of follows the nose a bit in terms of a lot of roasted malt, a little bit of chocolate in there. Not complex on the malt characteristics, but you do get a touch of alcohol on the back end, and then as it finishes, you get a good amount of bitterness. So this is not sweet whatsoever. It's also been a long time since I've had Guinness just extra stout. Which is another version of Guinness. I think that, yeah, this definitely tastes more like that version now that I think about it. Although it's been like many years since I've had just the extra version. So I'm thinking this is more akin to that, but just even higher alcohol, more hops. Definitely a beer that, you know, that can make the shipment across the seas back in the day because of the hop character and the alcohol in there. This beer is actually hoppier than I thought it would be. In fact, it's maybe almost a little over 2 hop for the style. I mean, at least with a beer with the name Guinness on it, which is interesting. So I'm going to score this one a B-. I think it's above average beer. I'll definitely drink this over the regular Guinness, be it with the nitro widget, whatever, and definitely over the Guinness extra stout as well. So I do think this is the best version of Guinness that we can get in the US, unfortunately. But I just hear amazing things about the like 4% just session beer that you get in Ireland. It's so like much more creamy and better mouthfeel than what we get with these beers. And it's unpasteurized. So I wish they could ship this thing over unpasteurized. It'd be that'd be great, but I hear Guinness doesn't travel really well. So that's going to do it for an extra stout version of Guinness. Until next time, please comment and subscribe. Cheers.